Hi everyone, welcome back to my moon series. And today we are going to talk about the moon in one of my favorite, almost a secret sign that I really like, which is the sign of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is a little bit, well, not a little bit, one of the most mysterious sign and therefore sometimes very misunderstood. So today, again, I drew us a little chart to explain the sign of Scorpio. Now, here is the order of what we call the Thema Mundi. Now, let's take a look at the sign of Scorpio here, which is also the 8th house. Now, Scorpio, here it is a female sign, a feminine sign, a fixed sign, and is a water sign. Now, however, Scorpio, just like Aries, is ruled by the planet Mars. Now, this whole combination actually is the composition that kind of metamorphose into a Scorpio energy. So here, what we have as we start is a feminine and a fixed sign, and a water sign at that. So here we actually talk about deep vulnerability and receptivity. Now, the sign of the 8th house also comes after the house of the relationship. And I think the best explanations I've ever heard is from my mentor, Christopher Miles, who taught me that the 8th house is the house of merger, what comes after the 7th house. And then everything just clicked to me. Because when we merge with life, this is why Scorpio is also the house of death. And when we merge with the country, and this is why we pay tax. And this is, of course, when we merge within a relationship, then all these contracts and deep intensity of bond, it all happens in the 8th house, which is ruled by the sign of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, it is very kind of, for me, Scorpio symbolized by, again, that fixed water that is feminine, and to me that is the deep bottomless water realm. And this is why I feel like Scorpio have this vulnerability as well as intensity because of that bottomless of the fixed water. And then you add Mars into it, which is the sign of passion and fire. Now, Mars here rules 2 signs, which is Aries and Scorpio. But Mars and Aries is an obvious sign. Like at war, this is the army battalion, the front one. But Scorpio as a Mars is almost the CIA and the spies, the whole behind the scenes of this force as well. And this is what's really interesting about Scorpio. It's hyper vigilant because of its feminine vulnerability, and yet it has that spiciness of Mars, which makes it very interesting. And of course, this can all create what we know as obsession, fixation. And of course, disclaimer here, I have a very prominent Pluto in Scorpio chart, so I like it. So I'm all about dialing up the intensity, and this is definitely one sign where we experience that intensity being dialed up. So here for the next 2 days, I mean, in San Francisco right now, it's really gloomy and very scorpionic. I always feel a little bit goth around Scorpio season, well, Scorpio time anyway. And it's a good time to contemplate what you're fixated on and what is the nitty gritty of everything that you've merged with that kind of defines you in relationship to other. And yeah, good luck. It's a pretty deep, intense energy, and use it for deep contemplation. All right, I will see you in the next video.